To another episode of the Web3 Quick Bite podcast, the podcast where we jump to the latest beats in the decentralized world, exploring the far outreaches of digital reality, and chatting with some of the brilliant minds in the industry. This week, we have a special guest joining us, and I'm thrilled to have her on the show today. Joining me on today's episode is Neha Roy. But before we get started, let me give you listeners a background on who our guest is. Our guest is a marketing professional with over 19 years of experience working across diverse industries and multiple roles. She has worked at startups, founded and established startups too. She's the founder of IRL Amigo, where she spreads and educates beginners and enthusiasts on Web3. She also leads growth and marketing at Into the Verse, a blockchain gaming company that says to change the world of gaming forever. Hi, Neha. It's so great to have you on the show today.
Hello, thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for asking. So, Neha, today we'll be discussing the power of community, why Web3
Yes.
needs people. So, as a community growth expert, who is and as responsible for growing several communities in the Web3 space, I would like to ask you my first question. What
Mhm.
inspired you to get involved in the Web3 space? And how has community played a role in your journey so far?
Okay, so before I answer this question, I would just like to give a heads up to the audience about what I have been doing, and that's how people will be able to relate to my journey. So, like, I have been working from a very young age, and overall, 20 years is going to be. And I have worked diversely in multiple industries like IT, ITES, extensively in IT software companies as well. Yes, I have worked in startup too. So I have always been inclined towards IT development and evolution, you can say. So while I was in a break for a while from my work, I was exploring Web3, and I was inspired to get involved in Web3 space by potential of, first of all, decentralized technologies to empower individuals and the entire reshaping of the industries. And also during my journey, like you asked, how has community played a role in my journey so far? I was an absolute beginner in the Web3 industry, where a lot of networking, a lot of collaboration, a lot of discussion, and being a part of a couple of major groups has given me a lot of insights and knowledge. Like there is a group called Elite Web3 Forum, where all the like designated OGs of the industries like Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3 are available. So at
Mhm.
Elite, I have been able to learn a lot. And you see, by having a discussion, and then you learn and you grow. So that has been a potential plus point for me. I have been privileged to attend a lot of offline events, like events that that happens everywhere. I've been blessed to also be a part of events which I used to conduct, and even till now I do conduct. So it's like community has played a major role in my learning journey, and it has provided me with a supportive network of like-minded individuals who share a passion of Web3. And that's how this community I wanted to give back to people, and that's how IRL Amigo is born. And IRL Amigo literally means in real life amigos, and that ideation started off from a real life event, a real life networking session, wherein in India, like I should mention this, like in India, the crowd is diverse. Again, there are a lot of people who are enthusiastic about Web3, but still there are a lot of people who are yet to discover Web3. And there are multiple state in India, tier 2, tier 3 state, where people are not aware of what decentralized ecosystem is. All they can relate to Web3 is when you talk about Bitcoin, when you talk about cryptocurrency, then only they can relate. They don't know exactly. So there is a myth about Web3 is all about crypto, but no, there are multiple layers of Web3, and yeah, everything falls under blockchain. And that's how it gave me an idea to create a community first, create a value to the community, and then add a utilization of the community. So what I'm building right now in association with other communities there in India, majorly I'm based in West Bengal, Calcutta, if you guys can relate to. And then there is northeast region, there is in the southern region as well, there are multiple communities I'm working with. We conduct a lot of workshop, we conduct a lot of offline event wherein we provide necessary information on blockchain. And the exchange of knowledge, ideas, and collaboration within the community has been invaluable in my growth and learning. And that is what I want to return to my community as well. So I'm building up one entire platform, not just in India. Now I'm expanding my platform to Nigeria as well as Philippines too. Philippines has not yet started, but Nigeria has already started. People are pouring in, and we are planning a lot of events, online events, especially for global people, so that they can learn, and then ultimately, some earning possibilities as well.
This is super, super cool. This is super cool. And I'm actually proud of the work you're doing, spreading the word, because for most people like me, when I started out in Web3, I was working in the shadows basically. There was nobody to guide, nobody to explain anything to me. So I left it all by myself. And I mean, building a community like you're doing right now will actually help more people to learn faster, get all the resources they need instead of walking blindly in the dark and just accumulating everything, even some things they don't need. And at the end of it, though, it's just like an overload of information. So this is actually really cool. And I like the part where you mentioned that sharing knowledge and exchanging ideas is also a fantastic way to grow and develop the Web3 space, especially that Web3 hasn't gone mainstream yet. There's just like a little fraction of people that know about it, and most people associate it with cryptocurrency and the whole and Bitcoin and everything. It's actually really, really cool. And it's really cool. Yeah, I think I'm sure the words after hearing that.
No, exactly. I can relate to this because, in my starting journey, trust me, the way I started is I was shared a list of questions. What is blockchain? What is a few videos on YouTube as well, and few application to track the prices of the cryptocurrency. And I was like literally lost, and I literally started my journey by learning what is blockchain, and then what are the terms, and then what are the use cases of blockchain, and then henceforth, a lot of research is needed to be done, a lot of learning needed to be done. So I know it is not as easy as it sounds. It will take an ample amount of time and patience it will much require to get people onboarded, help them understand what blockchain, even not web3, what blockchain industry can bring. In fact, just not deviating from the context of the discussion, I was a part of an event. It was called International Bodoland Festival, Knowledge Festival. It took place at a like place. It's quite a remote place in at Assam, and people were not aware about it. I was invited, and even from the government officials end, they were not aware of how blockchain can change the entire work. Let's suppose supply management, and because there are a lot of agricultural things which happens, and they are not aware of it. So we literally had long discussion with the government of Bodoland, and also there were many students of colleges, different colleges, and even union people from Union Nation were also there. So had a privilege to have a chat with them, and just to empower knowledge of blockchain. And then once blockchain is explainable, blockchain is understandable by layman people like us, I mean,
Mhm.
web3 can come to them like easily, they can understand web3 easily.
Yes, 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 that's right. That's right. So, before I ask the next question, there's something I would like to also point out because I've heard people ask me, but I want to ask you now because you're obviously the expert here. And so people here were three communities. Web3 is synonymous with communities. So there's a question someone asked me. So I'm asking now on behalf of the person that how do you define community in a Web3 context? Like what makes Web3 community different from a Facebook group, Instagram groups, Twitter circles, and everything? Like what's the difference? What distinguishes a Web3 community from traditional social networks?
Okay, so see, the platforms are all the same. And in a Web3 context, if you ask me, community is defined by a network or a group of people, like you mentioned, a group of individuals who come together and participate, collaborate, and contribute to a common goal of, empowering others. And maybe for few projects, you can say using the decentralized technologies. And it absolutely depends upon project to project, if you ask me. And what main distinguish is it is from traditional social network is that Web3 communities are built on principle of decentralization. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a transparency and ownership for the community members too, and where individuals have more control over the data. That is on a individual perspective, I'm saying, and participation of decision making. So now, again, there is another thing. There are two types of communities that we can define it as of now. One community is of any particular project, like I'm a part of growth and marketing. I'm leading the growth and marketing of Into the Verse. So there, our perspective is to connect with more and more people on a topic of gaming. And the gaming is a blockchain gaming, and it is built upon our Into the Verses game is being built upon Celo and Solana. So Celo and Solana are like doing massive things on if you talk about environmental thing, especially Cello. They are working upon refi. So their entire community is little different. They are helping people learn, as well as there's going to be an utility after the product is launched. And there are other set of communities like us, like IRL Amigo, and there are several multiple communities like that, wherein these
Mm-hmm.
community help people to get onboarded to Web3, and create that what do you call that roadmap probably for you, be it technical or non-technical. Because in my community itself there are multiple developers, web 2 developers and web 3 developers. So there was one session which we conducted. There were literally differences between how web 2 development goes and what are the language used in web 2 and what are the language used in web 3, like solidity, and there are multiple other languages which I am not a best person to talk about. But then again, I also came to know learn a lot about from that particular session. And there, when I opened the mic for audience, literally they asked that we are still struggling with the roadmap to learn. So that key point is missing. Everybody is talking about, okay, do this, do that, but the roadmap, like the one after another chain, that is missing. And this is where we at Into the Verse and also Idol Amigo, we are trying to work it through and build an ecosystem wherein we all are providing a value to the community first, and then probably do some utility, make some utilization of the community. And personally also, there are newcomers, there are interns who are there in the community. I help them connect with other people, and they get their internship done, and where they can learn as well as work and get paid too. So those possibilities we are trying to open up for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's well, like I said, you're dropping gems, and then I just want to, like, after this podcast, I just want to be like, okay, can you please take me under your wings and tutor me for as long as you can? Right?
These are, we both can relate to this because we both are from web 2, and the journey you have also taken is massive, and the journey which I have also taken is like massive, and I'm still learning even to this day. I have my LinkedIn premium, and whenever I get time, I do some courses. I'm still doing some blockchain courses, and courses not to see, not to become a technical person, but to have an understanding. That
Yes,
is the
yes.
reason why I keep on surfing through, I keep on learning still, because if I am opening up a platform to help people learn, I should be learning as well. So
Sure.
learning and knowledge is something which never ends, and we all must be humble enough to accept the evolution in all the industry and keep ourselves updated and help others learn as well as we ourselves should learn.
Yes, that is right. Especially in this blockchain industry where everything keeps evolving every day, new things keeps popping up. One needs to stay updated at all times. I fully agree with you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so speaking we're talking about communities today, and there's this particular thing that actually I wouldn't say has actually been a bit of a concern, but it's something I would like to ask you, and I'm positive because I know you're going to
Hmm.
give me the perfect answer to it. So, I would just like to know that, okay, what are, as someone who has handled community growth and currently handling community growth, so what are some of the biggest challenges facing Web3 communities today, and how can we overcome them?
Okay, so the challenge is to, for me, like personally, the biggest challenge is to bring in the valuable folks in Web3, which is like quite a job actually, and we have to make them believe what this new technology is all about. See, like I mentioned previously, people think Web3 is all about cryptocurrency. So
Yeah.
helping them clarify that myth, that it is not just about cryptocurrency. It is a part, of course, a huge part of Web3. So it has a function, rather we can say, but there are different layers. So it is not about only, what I believe is, it is for community. It is not about only attending the events, but it is about getting into new technology and exploring the space to keep things
Mm-hmm.
growing. And we have to bring more opportunities to the community members, else it is going to be a tough challenge as well. And there are like other challenges, like in navigating the complexity of the decentralized technology and their implication, because sometimes what happens till now, we are not at a stage which is like fully decentralized as per as the project, let's suppose the project is concerned, not any particular DAOs or something I'm saying. And this requires educating and onboarding newcomers, like I mentioned already, and the participation. How people can participate, that we have to explain. And once they participate and address the issue, and you know, they can personally try to indulge more into it, and then try to be a part of Web3. Because also, yes, another thing is there, that we also have to provide them not just the pros of Web3. There probably could be some cons as well. There are few cons which we already are aware of, but once the utility starts in full form, there could be few more flaws. So we also have to keep an open platform for people to know about it as well. Nowadays what is only happening is only the hype of, pros. Okay, Web3 is this, Web3 is that, but nobody is talking about any particular con there's a possibility of. So this could be another different topic altogether, which I'm not getting into much right now. But yes, the biggest challenge is to bringing in new people, because we you have to again have a lot of patience, and those people also needs to have such patience to learn about Web3, so that they don't quit in between. And of course, this industry brings in ample amount of work of opportunities too, especially for technical people. And also, I should not say especially for technical, because non-technical people like me are also surviving, and marketing people are required, and technical, like all sort of designations are required, back-end supports are required. So whatever opportunities are there in Web 2, we have in Web 3, and that we have to open up to all the newcomers of the community. And it will take some time to get onboarded with more and more new members.
Sure, that's true. So we're still on this particular question. So I would just like to ask that how do you measure the success of a Web3 community? like traditional marketing, we have KPIs, we have metrics that we use to measure the success of a particular campaign or project. So when it comes to Web3 community, how do you measure it? What particular metrics are important that you know that okay, this community is
Mhm.
successful, this community has gotten to that particular goal and related stuff like that.
Okay, so the biggest KPI that I believe personally is the success rate. I mean, the it depends upon various metrics as well as including engagement and the activities, the participation of the community member. See, you might have 10K community members, and if you are having only, let's suppose on Twitter, if you have 10K followers, but your activities are like 10, 20 likes and no comment or no engagement, so that means that community does not have that participation or that kind of personalized inclusive feeling, rather I can say inclusive feeling towards the project. So that has to be community driven, and the engagement and the participation, retention, impact of the community, it all depends upon what the project is planning to give towards the community. Unlike traditional marketing KPIs, Web3 community metric focuses on value created by the community members themselves, and including
Mhm.
the quality of contributions and the growth of the ecosystem altogether, ecosystem and also the development of the project. And about the other communities, the knowledge based communities, if I say, the
Mhm.
activities that you confirm, that you do for them, the sessions that you conduct, the maybe some sort of engagement like referral contest or some sort of contest wherein people will feel inclusive and take part in it, like from their own. That sort of planning needs to be done, because again, engagement is the biggest KPI of the communities based on Web3. Engagement and the retention of your community members, because again, like I said, your numbers could be high. If there is no engagement, if the community does not believe on you, then there is no like, it can only be a number. And I have seen personally, there are multiple projects where I have personally worked also in my initial days, some NFT marketplace, wherein the founder himself used to product produce information videos, like just for 30 seconds or 1 minute videos, to keep the community updated. This is similarly, we are also planning like that for IRL and also for Into the Verse, wherein we, all of us, maybe the core members, can keep on sharing the status of development, or any activities, any uh, rewarding programs, anything like that. That way, you also have to interact with your community so that they respond back to you. It is, I have seen a lot of project wherein community members are like not even participating in any conversation. It's like even GM tweets and even GM messages, they're all blank. So again, you have to add some value to your community members. This is like a little elaborated answer, and also about what to do to retain your community, but this is like important, because that is the only KPI community at Web3 is having at this point of time.
Yeah, that is true. Because I remember joining a Telegram group also for a
Mm-hmm.
particular project. And when the project launched, I'm sorry to say that it flopped because there was basically no engagement. They had the numbers, yeah, they were racking
Hmm.
up the numbers. And I think the moderators, they thought, okay, we have like this huge number of people in our group and everything. And then most people there were just waiting for airdrops or giveaways or something.
Mm.
So when project dropped and they needed them to drop their money, their coins. Oh, nah, it went sideways.
Exactly. Exactly, that's the point, if so there are few communities on WhatsApp and Telegram wherein people just keep on spamming, like spamming on, join this
Yeah.
community, join that, this is my LinkedIn post, that's my Twitter, I have shared this, which is a good thing. But then again, there has to be some value added to the other community member who are not posting. But it is like becoming a spamming place, and this is what I especially do not entertain in my community. if it's related, I seek permission. Like day before yesterday, there were few reading materials which I've got for languages of Web3, like Solidity and rest of the languages. So I shared it in the group in my community, and then I asked few developers, like, is this of any use? Then I'll share more. Else I will delete this. Then people said, no, this is actually helpful. Then I kept on sharing more study material. So it's like that. We have to also provide that value to the members, because they are taking time out to be there, and they're taking time out to take participate in your activities. So we have to respect that. And if somebody is there to maybe earn also, let's suppose any invite competition, we have an ongoing invite competition going on at Into the Verse that we have started this month. So there are people who are joining in, and that invite competition, what is happening is, you have to create your own invite referral link, and you have to bring in more people. In that competition, top 5 people will be earning some tokens, as well as other people who will be participating, they'll also be winning something. Even POAPs are being created. So again, adding value to the community members, and people are participating because they want to earn. So again, there are two kinds of value which we can add. One is earning and one is learning. If you learn, you earn, and it becomes easy and comfortable for all the community members.
Yes, 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 yes. Actually, going to my next question was actually going to be on value, but you already answered it. Like you were you were reading my mind. I was going to ask that, okay, how can the free community create value beyond just marketing their product or services? So it seems to say you've already answered my question. So I'll just move on to the next. So Web3 communities, Web3 communities, Web3 communities, just like any other thing, they evolve, right? There are trends, there are innovations that keeps making things evolve over the years, right? So how do you see Web3 communities evolving over the next, let's say, 5 to 10 years? And what trends and innovations are you most excited about?
Okay, so we are at a very early stage of Web3, especially like people like us here in India. We are still exploring, we are still building, and I believe over the next 5 to 10 years, Web3 communities are likely to evolve in several exciting ways actually. So we may see increased adoption of technology, web like blockchain technology, like I mentioned, and it will be applicable across various industries, leading to the creation of more specialized communities focused on specific use cases, such as probably it could be like finance, it could be healthcare, because people are already working upon it, and especially like supply chain management as well. The banking system is also changing. So as
Mhm.
blockchain technology continues to mature, we may also see some emergence of new type of communities that can leverage advanced feature, which already is in place in terms of DAOs. And as we all know, DAOs community members have to have a say in decision making and resource allocation probably. And also additionally, we may also see more integration of AR and VR technologies in real life, and it can create immersive and interactive Web3 communities, I believe. And overall, the future of Web3 communities hold tremendous potential. And obviously it becomes 100 times, like 100 times greater with collaboration. And if anything can be done on social impact too, because social impact is something which a lot of people are not focusing upon, but there are special few protocols who are taking care of it. That also is a key which needs to be highlighted when we talk about communities. So yeah, I mean, a lot of possibilities are still there for evolution of Web3 communities in the next coming years.
Yes, true. One can only imagine how it's going to look like, but just like you said, it has a huge potential and it's going to have a huge impact. And even by then, it would have gone well, I'm hopeful, I'm positive that it would have gone mainstream, and then most of us would have gone way beyond the beginner level, and then more people are already adopting blockchain into their everyday life. Well, we can only hope and imagine, right? Uh, and
Exactly.
Yeah. So more people are embracing blockchain. More people are trying to
Mm-hmm.
understand what blockchain is, how it works, what is Web3, how it works. So from a brand and business owner perspective, how do you think they can effectively tap into the power of Web3 communities to reach new audiences and also build their brand?
Okay, so as per the brands perspective, like brands and businesses, they can effectively tap into the power and utilize the power of web3 communities, by firstly by understanding and respecting the principle of the decentralization and ownership and the community empowerment, because these are the words that we use when we talk about web3 and decentralization. And
Mhm,
this includes actively engaging with the community, providing value beyond marketing, and contributing to the community's goal and value as well. Like the way I mentioned, keeping building in front of your community and
mhm,
providing all minute information to the community, like your project, your business or your brand should be an open book so that people can, whoever reaches you, whoever reads through, can understand
mhm,
by just checking out your, probably a notion or probably your Twitter handle or your website. And brands
mhm,
can also, leverage the transparency and trust aspect of blockchain technologies to build credibility and establish, authentic connection with the community. And it is
mhm,
important for brands to be also mindful of the unique dynamics and culture of web3 communities and avoid overly promotional or intrusive approaches, that you can say. And keeping the authenticity and genuine engagement are high valuable key factors to effectively, keep your community and brand building your own community. And like I said, another thing I would like to add to this is, even for the community members, like whoever in the audience, if they are a community member of any such groups or businesses or brands or projects, I can definitely say that the major difference between Web 2 and Web 3, this is like another point which I should have discussed when we were discussing the metric of the marketing. So it is like, at Web 3, even the OGs, big shot OGs, they are also approachable. It's like very much comfortable to, approach people or
yeah.
mentors and talk to them. And maybe it could be they could be replying to you a little late, but somebody will reach out to you if you seek any guidance, maybe for investment, or maybe creating a tokenization, or maybe, writing a white paper or building up something, building your own community, building your team members, your core team members. Everybody is approachable. Like I myself have also, kept myself open to everybody. Like I, even when I conduct my Twitter spaces, if I'm a speaker at any seminar or webinar, I also make sure that I tell people that my DMs are always open. I have not restricted my DMs on any platform, so that people can approach, they can uh, have a discussion with me. If it is in my forte, if I can do something for them, I'd be glad to do that. Else, I go ahead and connect them with the right people. So that kind of approachability needs to be maintained by all the brands, all the project, so that people feel welcomed and people feel inclusive, and for the project, and also exclusive for the project. They will feel personalized, effort towards the project then. So that is a key valuable point which everybody should keep in mind.
Right, right. I can actually testify to the open book though, because I joined one of your Twitter spaces and I really like the way you conducted it, the way you were
Yeah.
every book and everything. I can actually testify to that. And yeah, whoever listening to this, you should make sure you follow her on Twitter. I'll be sharing her Twitter and on the episode description. You follow her. She's actually she's an open book. If you have any questions at all, as you can see, I want her to tutor me too. So I'm still learning. So if you have any
Yeah.
question, like ask questions, just reach out to her. She's like she's an open book, just like she mentioned. Can actually testify to that. I can testify to that.
Absolutely,
So,
we have to be like that. We have to be humble, because wherever you are at, even wherever I am at, we have a
Mm,
long way to go, and we have to keep ourselves humble enough to keep on learning and also helping people. Just a small incident today. There was one girl, like quite some time back. She was looking for a job, not needy, but I'm just simply saying, and even not boasting. She was like looking for a job, and then from my end only, I approached her. I asked her, like, what sort of job you require? Can you tell me? I do not have any particular opening right now, but I'll check with others if I can connect you with. And I did that. And that girl, she sent me today, after such a long time, she sent me a message saying, when I really needed a job, you were a support. So that really meant the world to me. And thank you for being such supportive, like a peer. So it made my day. So this is how, we always have to be, even in personal life, in professional life. And there is another personal, uh, my own personal motive is, I'll tell you, it is like, I'm like little emotional on this matter, as in, when I started, I was just at the age of 14. I started, and we were actually not in a good financial state, I can say. And that's one of the reason why I had to start working and earning for my family. And wherever I am at right now, I have had an extremely difficult journey. And also, I have had a privilege to work with brands like AT&T as well, wherein again, I kept myself an open book. I kept my knowledge like not limited. And that is where I kept on learning and building my knowledge, building my personality. So if I am able, and I honestly did not get much support in my previous early years. I did not get much mentorship. I did not get much guidance from anybody. So whatever I have been doing, it was just a hunch. I've been just trying. Let's see where this move takes me ahead. Not going with the flow, but again taking risk, taking challenges. This specifically, I would love to highlight to people who are listening right now, even whether it's a guy, it's a girl, whoever, whatever your age may be. Do not set limitation to your knowledge. Do not set limitation to your own faith. Keep your faith in yourself, believe in yourself, and just keep on moving. Make yourself like comfortable being uncomfortable. That this is something I always say in wherever I talk. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because when you are at a safe place, you will not try to take risk and move ahead. But when you try to take risk, you will outshine yourself. And this is what I have been doing in my personal life. Whenever there's a like hardship or something, I'm like struck with something, I take a break. I think it through, because there was a time also last year as well. I was absolutely lost, and I didn't know what to do before I started. Like, I started my journey of Web3 in 2021. I was not sure whether I want to even survive. So I was in dilemma. I was like literally lost. And then again, you know, not thinking about any negative thing, I just started learning. And this is where I am. I'm talking to you, recording a podcast, creating my own community, going global, working for Into the Verse, being a advisor at Web3 Assam, being a co-admin at Elite Web3. I mean, so many things are going, and people have started knowing me, and they know me by my name, which is a big thing for me. And yeah, I get invited as a speaker. So me, even not being a, and like, I'm an undergraduate, I didn't even complete my studies of my school, and coming all the way to, I being invited to colleges, it is like a big dream and a biggest achievement in my personal life. Like, I feel proud of myself on that. So this journey, only I have learned, like, give back and do good, and you'll be good as well. You'll be sorted. Oh, you are again quiet.
Oh no, sorry. I was actually listening. I was listening because that was quite the. I'm so sorry. I guess I got distracted listening. I was quite. But I'm actually glad that. And thanks for sharing the words of wisdom with us. I needed to hear that to myself. I needed to hear that. Thank
Yes,
you.
everybody needs to hear that. I I honestly, yeah, like I said, I've seen a lot of people. I have been with a lot of people. I've worked with a lot of companies. I have seen various mindset of people, and I understand everybody is struggling. All we need to do is be kind to each other and just help through without even expecting anything, and you will definitely go somewhere. You will get what you deserve. You will definitely get the get it in return back, not maybe not financially, not materialistically, but in different other ways. So yeah, I try to be as kind as possible, as humble as possible, and I'm again inviting people, do drop in if you need any sort of guidance. Come and join my community, come and join us. You can discuss with me. If I can help you personally, I will go ahead and do that. If I cannot, I will get you guys connected to right people so that those people can guide you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everybody should be like you. If everybody was like you, the world would be a better place. Right?
Then the world will not survive then. It has to be a mixed bag. Otherwise, if I wouldn't have had that kind of heartwarming experience, overwhelming experience, maybe I wouldn't have been like this. So yeah, everything is good. Even the bad is good as well.
I mean, yeah, the bad, the good, they all shape us. They all shape who will become and how we speak to other people, basically. Wow,
Yeah.
this was quite an insightful podcast. I think we should just rename it to the Web3 Motivational Podcast because you shared gems with us. I never thought I needed to hear this. I needed to hear this story because there are times here because in this Web3 journey sometimes it feels like you are alone, and with the way the technicality that surrounds it most times it just feels so tiring, and then you just
Hmm.
want to give up on everything. And yeah, I mean, oh, what one's need in this industry is the consistency, being persistent, and also
Hmm.
opening yourself up to learning, just like you said, learning and also getting to meet other people because that's the way one
Hmm.
can grow faster in the Web3 industry. One thing that I've learned personally, because when I started, I was just a lone ranger, learning and learning everything I could. But I found out that I learned faster when I started meeting other people, like-minded
Hmm. Hmm.
people,
Hmm.
and now
Exactly.
changing knowledge. I figure I realized that okay, I actually learned a lot and I did over the past couple of years. And in like
Hmm.
6 months, my knowledge grew and I was like, ooh, what's happening? So yeah, so that's what I'm particularly excited about today's topic on community. Community is, I think we don't even talk about it a lot in the Web3 space. Most people just see community as a place where they gather and projects are or brands and businesses are saying, come and buy my NFTs, come and buy my tokens, come and buy these, whitelisted, blacklisted, everything list. So most people don't really, that's what they see it as. They see it as a means of as marketing. They don't see beyond that selling product or service value, and it goes way beyond that. Community in
Hmm.
web
Hmm.
actually goes way beyond joining a Discord group, joining a Telegram group. If you are looking to join Web3 to learn to also at a point also earn from it, think joining a community will help you get there
Hmm.
faster.
Hmm. Hmm.
Without, I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, I can testify to it. I'm a testament to it, and you are also too. And then that's what has spurred you to also help other people to also grow faster and not go through the stress and the struggles of what you went through. And for that, I say thank you on behalf of me, on behalf of my listeners, on behalf of your community people. We say thank you. In my local language, we will say eshe eshe ma. It means thank you, ma.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. I was like, thank you, guys. I mean, it is, of course, a great journey to share. I believe it is a great journey because obviously my life hasn't been normal like my other friends, to be very honest. Even my other, like any family members as well. So I feel special too. Like as in, I know there's something about my life which makes me stand out, and which is like I'm proud of right now with whatever I'm doing. And again, just to clarify, because we are talking about Web3 community, there are multiple types of community, and amongst them there are two types of community we can talk about. Is one for the brand or the project for any particular
Mm-hmm.
like gaming probably, or some DeFi, some refi. And the other one is knowledge based community. So if you are a learner, join a knowledge based community. If you want to earn, you can join both learn and earning possibilities of the other community members too. So don't restrict yourself, explore. And yeah, there are multiple projects who are offering great value added services, great value added programs they are running. Do have a look, check both. Whatever you do, first check how actively the brand or the community owner, I can say, community owners are, how open about talking about the project, how open they are about talking about even taking any criticize statement from maybe from any of the community members, and how open and comfortable they are to build in front of the community. That will give you guys an idea about how to judge whatever is being built.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that, because most people they want to learn and then they are in the earning community and they're like, okay, these people are not sharing anything that will help me grow or stuff, something like that. So thanks for clarifying that. I think they needed to hear that. And so
Yes.
so I wish this this podcast could go on and on and on. This particular episode could go on and on and on and
Hmm.
on. But one thing I'm sure of is I'll definitely want to invite you again to my podcast to drop
Oh,
gems for us.
I
Drop
would
gems.
love to come back again. I would love to come back again and talk to you more.
Okay, so thanks for agreeing to do this with me today. Thanks for coming on to my podcast. It means a lot. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And
It is my privilege. It is my privilege to be here. And again, before we sign off, I would love to thank you. I would love to thank all the listeners and audience, whoever is, is listening to us right now. And just like I mentioned, believe in yourself, keep moving ahead, do not restrict your knowledge, keep learning, keep earning. And my like Ola BC has already mentioned, she will put up my uh, like Twitter handle, my social media. Please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Neha Roy. I am founder of IRL Amigo, growth and marketing lead at Into the Verse, and like also a co-admin of Elite Web3, an advisor at Web3 Assam. All those information are there on my profile. Please reach out in every possible way. I'll be able to help if you guys seek any. Thank you so much for having me here, and looking forward to speak to you again. And lots of love and blessings to everybody.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Boy Three Quick Bites. Thank you so much to our special guest. Thank you for sharing your insights and expertise on community in Web3. And I hope you guys all learned a lot from us today. If you have any feedbacks or questions in today's episode, don't hesitate to reach out to me on my social media platforms or by email at web3quickbites@gmail.com. And I'll also be sharing our guest social media profiles in the episode description so you can reach out to her directly. Thanks again, Neha, for joining me today. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more exciting content. So be sure to subscribe and tune in. See you next week.
Bye
Uh,
bye.
Bye.